Larry Newman. I'm an attorney. I'm located in Ithaca, New York. My practice focuses on two main practice areas, DWI/criminal defense and personal injury cases. Today I'd like to talk to you about what does sealing in New York State really do. Now, I've talked about this online multiple times. People really need to try to understand some of the complicated statutes that we have in New York State, and there's ands and ifs and ors and exemptions. I'm going to try to make it very clear. Sealing occurs on anything that is non-criminal in New York State. New York State, 3 levels: violation level, non-criminal offenses, misdemeanor, criminal offenses, felonies, criminal offenses. So violation level and everything beneath that, like traffic offenses, they get sealed by New York State. But what does sealing really mean? Sealing under the statute 160.55, if you really want to read it, means that you'll either get your records back, your fingerprints, your photographs, arrest records, and everything else, get it back, or they will be destroyed. And the clerk of the court is ordered to do that once you've satisfied everything to do with the violation. So if you get a conditional discharge for the violation, or you can even get jail on a violation, violations don't necessarily mean that they don't involve punishments, but once you've satisfied the court and done all of that, the clerk has to now do one of two things: either return your records to you, your attorney, or destroy them. But what does that really mean? Do they all really all get destroyed? Well, yes and no. Yes, in terms of the regular public, corporations, a company couldn't go find your records on a global search, nationwide search, or otherwise. But there's 4 instances that your records can still be seen, so they're really still there. Number 1 is if you apply for a gun permit, pistol permit, some type of firearm, weapon, they're going to be able to see that violation. It's still going to be on your record. Second instance is if the district attorney wants to go take a look, district attorney from any place wants to go take a look at that record and see the violation because you're now applying for special compensation or dispensation because of a future offense, marijuana or criminal charge, they can see your violations. Third is with parole release, and the fourth thing is with probation release. So in those 4 instances, they're going to be able to take a look at your violation, and they're going to be able to see it. So it doesn't really get destroyed or returned. Some of it does and some of it doesn't. You can look at it that way. So sealing is not the be-all, end-all that some people believe it is, but it does have a lot of credence. Now, before I finish off, there's 3 violations you have to know. They're never going to get sealed. And they're important to know. They're the exception to the rule. Number 1 is DWAI, under the statute, under 160.55, read it, doesn't get sealed. The other 2 that don't get sealed are soliciting prostitution and soliciting sex in a public space. So those are the 3 types of violations that New York State never wants to get rid of. They're always going to be there, but the other ones are kind of there, but not really there unless you open up some of those doors. If you have any questions about your DWI case, criminal case, state of New York, please feel free. Give me a call. This is what I do. I'd be more than happy to help you.